All right, what's happening, guys? We're going to go over intention of movement, and I'm going to go over specifically an RDL. And if we're trying to focus on the hamstrings or the glutes or length, range of motion, active range of motion, that'll all make sense in a second. So typically I talk about a lot of aligning your spine. Neutral head, neutral pelvis, neutral body. That stacking allows us to move more load through a squat, a deadlift, and so forth. But we don't always want to be aligned, even though I usually say always try to align. Align during prime movements. But if we're trying to target something like the hamstrings, if I align, I'm going to show you with the bar. If I align, look at the range of motion. Now, if I misalign, I'm going to go into anterior tilt. I'm going to tilt my lumbar up and my head up. Look at the range of motion. It's shorter, but what actively lengthened more was my hamstrings. When I do this, the alignment, I'm getting that range of motion through my torso. It's not actually coming through my hamstrings as much. Unaligned, anterior tilt, I'm elongating my hamstrings. Now when I come down, I've stretched them. Now, why this is useful? If you have a habit, and a lot of us do, of deadlifting with your chin up to start because it feels faster on the floor, you feel tight on your back, that's great until you get here and then you can't get in. So what we can do is use this RDL variation to misalign intentionally, and then when you want to come up, tuck everything in. I'm going to posteriorly tilt my pelvis, and I'm going to drop my chin together, chin to chest basically, and as I arch and tuck, I can work on that motor pattern. So this is something I do with a lot of athletes who do struggle with that, and sometimes I'll give them a paused RDL. Going to that lengthened position, pausing, and then going right into that collapse together to create that tension. It's a great way to add intention to your movement. It shouldn't just be about the hinge. I mean, yes, we're training that, but if you have a specific problem or breakdown, you can train the opposite of that pattern to motor pattern and get better at the movement. Movement is the actual prescription itself. If you struggle with the movement, put that movement in there until you get better at it, then move to the next problem.